about to see you jump in the gun.
Wake up from your snooze, come get with the crew. You know who it is, what we do. It's the crew.
Okay, coming out the gate.
Oh yeah, it's the crew. Yeah, oh yeah,
Exclusive.
it's the crew. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Stop a snooze, join the crew. We got news, we got tunes. We gon' hit you with the truth. We ain't like the other dudes.
This is really good tea.
All the glory to Jesus, cause of him we making moves. Oh yeah, we done found our groove. You can come get with it too. It's the crew.
Yo, what's poppin', Crew Nation? You already know who it is, what it is, and what we do, baby. It's your boy, Jay.
This is Chris.
Hey, want to thank y'all so much for joining us today. Just a quick reminder, make sure you go and get your tickets for the Worlds Collide event. Link in the bio below. They're going to have acts like Zeke and the New Experience, KB, the Walls Group, Dre Relentless. Like, this is going to be truly a Worlds Collide event. Also, don't forget to get your exclusive merch link in the description below. Man, I know that you had a dope weekend. You had got a chance to go and see Dylan Chase. Now, this is very special to both of us. Why? Because Dylan Chase was the first, we can't say the first. He was the second. He was the third artist that we interviewed. But honestly, we had started 1 week and we wound up interviewing him within a second week. This man was awesome, just greeting us. We got to meet his family. I think that was dope, but you got to see his last event in Tulsa just before exclusive. Dylan Chase is moving away to Japan in order to do some more missions work. His wife dropped the bomb before anybody, but that is what he's planning on doing. How did you feel, being a part of this this summer song series and going to see him?
It was dope. It was kind of like a tiny desk feel. It kind of gave you that feel. Yeah. Shout out to Philip Rude for opening up his boutique.
That was fire
for Dylan Chase to be able to perform. It was dope. But yeah, Dylan Chase has always been that dude. I've always enjoyed seeing Dylan Chase perform. I say all the time, I give Dylan Chase his flowers. Most definitely for the consistency. Him, you know what, and he's back from the older days with Reach Records. You know, he was on that 13 Letters project from back in the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dude is stamped, and he's top 50 in our category. Hands down, top 50 in this genre, in this space. No cap. You can't take that away from him easily. And he's a skillful dude, and so it was exciting to see him perform.
Yeah, man, it was definitely exciting. Like you said, seeing him in that more intimate space. It was definitely poetic to have somebody, the former owner of Rapzilla, that it was actually in his store. So I think that was dope as well. And when I was watching him perform, you know, I told you this, it brought me back to when we did first see Dylan Chase perform live, and we were just sitting off to the sides. And one of the things that he does better than anybody in this genre is fuse together worship and hip hop. Like, that's one of the biggest things that he's done. Yeah. And he really impressed me by talking about the reason why he decided to get a ukulele was because it challenged his creativity. Right. Like, you know, in a sense of, like, this rapping thing, I could do that in my sleep, but let me figure something else out. So he decided to put hip hop and ukulele together. So shouts out to him.
Playing ukulele, he get on the keys in a quick second. I'm just like, how is he able to like rap on beat and even rap fast? He was twisting sometimes and still just playing the keys. I'm just like, bro, how the coordination and everything. I don't know how this dude in rhythm. I don't know how this dude does it, but man. Dylan Chase is one of the greats in our space, and he deserves his flowers for real. Yeah, man, he definitely does. So, yeah, shouts out to Dylan Chase. You know, it would have been dope to be able to see DJ Squared, but, you know, he's grown now. Man, he's grown now. Yes, man, Dylan Chase's son, which was his former DJ, it's crazy, bro. He might be, I think he's taller than me at this point. Yeah, so I told Dylan Chase, DJ Square is DJ Square up with you now. Like, cause that dude, man, he's all grown man. I'm like, yo. Yeah. But man. Yeah, shouts out to his family, his beautiful family. And may God continue to bless him and his wife and kids and everything that God is going to open up for them. So
yeah, man, shouts out to that. Yo, so did you know that Lamar Jackson was a Christian hip hop fan?
I did not at all.
Hey,
that
man,
was news to me. Shocker.
Right, that's pretty dope. But he's very vocal about his faith. You know, he speaks about it a lot of time when he gets to the podium and different things like that. So, but apparently he is a gospel rap fan. As he says, I have never seen gospel rappers beef, only the hip hop. And someone's response to that was Kanye literally leaked Drake's address last year. But I think this is dope that we are having more people listening to Christian hip hop that are in these big, huge platforms. But, you know, we were the first people to get tagged because he said that Christian rappers don't beef. And you know what? I got to be honest. At first, I was like, yeah, man, just come and look at our page. You can definitely know. But then I was kind of like, you know, maybe we should just take this opportunity to introduce more Christian hip hop to those, because it was people saying they don't, you know, people was making jokes and different things. Well, they only got Jesus, you know, what they got to beef about. But I'm like, if y'all only knew, right? But do you think that this is more about him kind of, I guess, listening to Christian hip hop, or does he really not listen to Christian hip hop? When I'm saying that, some other people said that as well. You're not a fan of Christian hip hop.
I just think that he doesn't know all in detail what goes on in the world of Christian hip hop. I feel like to really notice and understand it, you have to really be entrenched and know, or just be like you got to be a fan that actually keeps up with the genre in order to know these things.
Facts.
Just listening to an artist here and there, you're not going to know these things. You got to follow the crew.
Yeah.
Because if you follow the crew, then you'll know these things.
Facts.
So Lamar Jackson, if you follow the crew, then you would know that things ain't always so peachy here. But glory to God. Shouts out to all the Christian hip hop artists out there that try to do what they can to represent Christian hip hop with the best of their ability. But he just doesn't know. It's
bless his heart.
Bless his heart. It's ignorance. So you can't blame somebody that doesn't know. And it seems as though he was really putting out there that he just enjoys the smoke-free music.
Right.
You know, the music without the genre, without the drama, rather.
Right.
Nobody's talking about who they gonna shoot up, who they gonna kill. You know, we ain't got a bunch of people, niggas getting on Instagram Live and wait.
Yeah. Yeah. To be real, bro. Right. Yeah. And I didn't want to make this a situation where we just jumped on here. It was like, you know, we got it because this didn't happen and this didn't happen. I didn't want to get on here and make it a big thing about that. I just think that it's dope that.
Speaking of Instagram Live, oh boy.
What I'm thinking about is, like, you know, what a lot of us fight over within Christian hip hop is very trivial, and to the masses, they have no idea. Mm-hmm. And I think that actually speaks a lot to how God's hand is on this genre of Christian hip hop, that he doesn't allow certain things to even get to that. Like, the Gavi situation was huge, right? Everybody, Billboard talked about it. Yahoo Music talked about it. Like, it was a huge thing within Christian hip hop that got national notoriety, but that isn't the norm. The norm is, oh, I'm friends with this guy named Lecrae. Oh, Steph Curry, who's that Christian rapper that you had? Oh, Bizzle. You know what I'm saying? That is more the story that actually gets out. And I think it speaks a lot to, like I said, more or less kind of the way that God has his hand up on this. But, you know, people peek out there like a Bizzle who, you know, dissed Jay-Z, and it, you know, that kind of peaked out there. And when he responded to Macklemore, that kind of peaked out there as well. The Joyner Lucas response, you know, that peaked out there as well. So, but he's more or less talking about infighting, and we have it. We definitely have it. We report on it. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is that he was more or less saying, like you said, a drama-free environment, because that's not the type of time that Christian hip-hop is on. And I think that that's dope, because people want that. You know what I'm saying? People want their music like that. We talked about this before. Why do certain huge chains play CCM music in their stores? Mm-hmm. They play CCM station because they don't have to worry about what's going to come next. If anybody is beefing over anybody, whatever the case is.
This is how you can make Christian hip hop and then have your song be featured on an NBA commercial.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Derek Minor, who realized this early on. And so he has a lot of, if you will, hyped anthems that he knows would be picked up by any of these networks just based off of a sports commercial. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is dope how Christian hip hop has realized that, and it's even doper how they're able to move and not get caught up in the beefs and everything like that. People do have their problems. At the end of the day, you're dealing with humans, and so there have been problems.
You're dealing with hip hop. Let's not forget
dealing
that.
with hip-hop
like
and
in the
humans
sense of competitiveness,
right?
You know what I'm saying? In the sense of we're a small genre, so at that point, it's always going to be that almost crabs in a barrel mentality. Shouts out to all the newer rappers that we have, and I won't even say newer because some of these people have been around 2-3 years. They're not technically considered newer. That next wave, as we were speaking about earlier, has now been made when we talk about people like Mike Teasy, you know, Caleb Gordon, Miles Minnick, Portia Love, like all of these people. When we talk about that era, they're a lot better at keeping it within the family. Like,
it seems like they rock. It seems like
they rock
the
a bit
younger
closer.
generation definitely rocks with each other.
But to be fair, so did the generation before. Well, yeah, because we're talking about Few, and we're talking about Paris, and we're talking about, you know, What Up RG, right? And One Day, right?
Well, I'm still considering all that kind of in the
right,
same umbrella.
But even so did Lecrae's in them era. They did before.
Yeah.
It wasn't until they lived a little bit. And this is what I like to tell everybody. You just got to live a little bit. Certain things happen, but they're also with people like Go Cray, how he comes back and acknowledges a lot of the mistakes that he made. When we talk about somebody like Ruslan, when he came and did an entire series about the mistakes he made of running a label, like they are giving back. And I think that is helping a lot of these younger people avoid the certain holes that they fell in because the OGs are being a lot more transparent. And you see people, Derek Minor was one of the first ones reaching back to that generation. You know, we didn't know who Ty Brazzle was till Derek Minor put him on his record. You know what I'm saying? And that put Ty Brazzle in a certain spot within Christian hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Within the hierarchy. So we do have our beefs, but like anything, country music, pop music, all of that, like any of that, they all have their beefs. So obviously this is somebody that's just peeking in, right? Because we could say that in country music, they don't have their beef. So we could say in pop music, they don't have their beefs. But we know how Prince felt about Michael Jackson, right? But we can say from the outside looking, because we don't pay attention to it as much. See, the thing with hip hop is its beefs are it's news. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a rapper literally from Florida just died. Literally was just murdered, and it was news about how he said, yo, I'm at my crib in 5 minutes. And then shortly after that, he died. Like, they got him. Like, seriously. So these things are considered news in hip-hop. They're not all the time considered news, but when you have a TMZ, they report all kinds of different things. Why do we know so much about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial? You know what I'm saying? Why do we know so much about Britney Spears and what she was going through with her whole situation? Because you have people like TMZ. So it's all out there. Actors into it all the time. It's all out there. But when you just kind of peek in and you go worry about your business, you know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily know. But I think it speaks a lot to a lot of the things that we get into it and argue over within Christian hip hop are small. They're trivial, and they only go to those that are entrenched within it. They really don't reach outside of our bubble, which I think is a dope situation to have, honestly.
Yeah, it's never as good as what they say it is, and it's never as bad as what they say it is.
That's a fact.
With that being said, that goes across the board with everything, every organization that you can think of, anything that has to deal with human beings and people in general.
You already know who it is, what it is, and what we do, baby. It's your boy, Jay.
This is Chris.
And it's on.
Signing off. And if you ain't got it by now, go to sleep, wake up, and try again. Chill.